Okay, here's a really good tip to remember. Never assume, okay? Never assume anybody on a bike that you come across on a trail does not have tunes in their ears and they cannot hear you. Now you may not be able to see it. You may not see white cords dangling down. The buds are getting smaller and smaller. I got them in. I got these dime bags. Dime buds, skull candy dime bags, dimes. I got these earbuds. They're very small. They're noise isolating, not noise canceling, but I can barely hear shit. If you see someone walking or hiking on a trail by themselves, you might as well assume they cannot hear you, that they've got some type of tunes in. Never assume. Another good tip is to start building some good habits. One habit that I'm working on at my old age, I'm just still working on it, is keeping one finger on one of my brakes. I'm going with the front brake because that's got the most stopping power. In turns or in a straight, that's your most stopping power. That split second that it could take you to get your finger off the grip and up on there could be that split second that could save you from going down or getting hurt. So ride like this, get into the habit of it, no matter where or whatever. Okay, for this tip, you gotta stand up. This is for when you're off-road, kind of more like a Jeep trail, off-road trail. It's not maintained, it's not ridden much. It's basically rough and bumpy. You're gonna be most comfortable if you stand up, get your butt up off the seat. Yeah, I kind of came close to wiping out there. You're gonna have more control and more comfort standing up. Get used to it. Keep your feet square with the ground. No pedal high, no pedal low. This skill does require a little bit of practice and getting used to it because your center of balance is going to be up a little bit higher on the bike. If it's rough, get up off your ass. This tip is called Murphy's Law. What is Murphy's Law? If it can happen, it will. So you're on a pedestrian trail and there's pedestrians in front of you as you're riding. Murphy's Law says at one point in your life, they're gonna do something stupid like step out in front of you or step into you. So you gotta be going slow enough, or you gotta be keeping your distance from them, making a noise, honking, beeping. The odds are they can't hear you, but be prepared for them to do something fucking stupid. Okay, for the next tip, and this is a fun one. This is normally best on a Sunday, but find an empty parking lot where you can really put some torque and power into your turns. Practice leaning, practice staying off the brakes, practice using your front brake only. Practice this over and over, and this will build confidence in your speed and your lean angles and everything. and it's fun. All right, man, now that you're comfortable with leaving your finger on the brake, let me show you what we are going to do with it now. All right, so here's one of these scenarios. You're riding along, you're in race mode, you're zipping along, you're in the zone, the adrenaline's flowing, and you come up to a group of people at an intersection or a crowd, or they're blocking the trail. You put on the brakes, you slow down behind them, and you wait. If you give it throttle, it lurches forward. If you try to pedal, it wants to surge forward. All the little sensors are sensing that you want to go. But if you feather the brake into the friction zone, those of you riding motorcycles, you know what I'm talking about. Those of you that don't, what that means is you're squeezing the brake enough to activate the sensor inside the lever, not to send power to the motor. So basically, you're turning off the bike just with a little light pressure there. The bike will still move forward. You're not applying enough brake. You're just killing the sensor. So now you got a regular old bicycle that you can pedal normally through those low areas. All right, so let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. There you go. You're in a group, you're speeding, you put on the brakes, you come to a real low crawl. So either you're out here dog paddling with no input, hoping that the bike doesn't surge, or you're on and off the throttle in a jerky, uncool looking, unsmooth manner. That's no good. So now I've got my finger on the front brake and I'm just pedaling. All right, so now I can pedal. It's like a regular bike. But I've got my finger on the brake in the friction zone. The motor is not doing anything. Check it out. Go try it yourself. Is there anything that I forgot to mention? Good helpful tips for e-bikers? Leave it in the comments.